given a string s, and we're supposed to reverse only the vowels present in this string. For example, we are given this input string, and we can see that there are these many vowels I, E, E, A. We have to reverse these vowels. So after reversing the vowels, how would this string would look like? So this I would go into the back, and these E will be swapped together. So the string would look like A, C, E, C, R, E, I, M. So initially, if you see the ordering of the vowels, so the ordering of the vowels is I, E, E, A. So after reversing, the order of the vowels would be A, E, E, I, and the consonants would remain the same. So what we're supposed to do is, we're just supposed to reverse the vowels. Okay, so how do we approach this problem? So what we can see is we can keep a pointer in the starting of the string, and we can keep another pointer at the end of the string. And we'll keep moving the left pointer to the right side and the right pointer to the left side. And as soon as we find a vowel pair, we would swap them, and we would increment and decrement the pointers respectively. Okay, so we'll just see it with an example. So, okay, we have this string. I just copy it, paste it here. We'll be using two pointers. One pointer we have placed at the start of the string, and another pointer we will be placing at the end of the string. Okay. So what we are supposed to do is we have to keep this up. We have to keep moving this pointer to the right hand side until we hit a vowel. And similarly, we have to do the same thing with the right pointer. We have to keep this pointer to the left hand side until we find a vowel. So in this case, we can see that we are already pointing. The left pointer is already pointing to vowel, so we would do nothing. And this right pointer is pointing to a consonant, so we'll move it to the left hand side. So now it is also pointing to the a vowel. So at this point, what we can do is we can swap these two vowels, and we can increment this pointer, and we can decrement this pointer. Again, we would repeat the same thing. We would keep moving this left pointer to the right hand side until you find a vowel, and similarly, we would do it for the right pointer. So we'll move this pointer to the right hand side. Now it is pointing to E, and right pointer is already pointing to a vowel. So we can either swap them or we don't swap them because they're equal. So both will have the same impact even if we swap it or don't swap it. In this case, we would just increment the left pointer and decrement the right pointer. And we have to keep moving these pointers until they don't cross each other, right? Because now we again have to move this pointer to the right hand side until we find a vowel. So when we move it, but now we see that it is crossing the right pointer, right? So we have to just stop there. So we have to just keep moving the left pointer to the right hand side until it does not cross the right pointer. As soon as it crosses the right pointer, we would stop moving it, and we would just return, we would break out from our loop. So how we can write it in code? We can initialize the left pointer to the 0, and we can initialize the right pointer to the last index of the string, which would be, if the length of the string is n, so the last index would be n minus 1. So we would keep doing this until our left pointer is lesser than the right pointer. And now we have to write two while loops in which we will keep moving the left pointer to the right hand side until we find a vowel. So what we are supposed to do is, while let's say this string is stored in a variable str. So we will check that if the string present the ith location, if it is not a vowel, and at the same time, we are not crossing the right pointer. That means I is less than j. We would keep moving the left pointer to the right hand side. And we would do the same thing for the right pointer. If not is vowel, str of j, and we are not crossing the left pointer, we keep moving it to the left hand side. And now what would be happening? That left pointer will be pointing to a vowel and the right pointer would be pointing to a vowel. So we just make a quick check that if is vowel, str of I, and is vowel, str of j, what we can do is we can just swap uh, these two characters and we can increment the left pointer and we can decrement the pointer. And at the end of the string, right, we would have the result string in which all the vowels would have been reversed.